Things are starting to go very wrong. I feel it in my bones. And FM is now beginning to play hardball. What with the injuries, the player dissatisfaction. And 4 of my 5 strikers are wanted by bigger clubs. One of whom, Hojek, is refusing to sign a new contract because he wants to go and play for Monaco. I think FM is really starting to play hardball, and I think our run of form, our good start to the season, is over. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to the Liberty Stadium in Swansea. And if you are a first-time visitor, then why not? Subscribe, watch, like and comment, and help the channel to grow and help us to support the very worthwhile cause that you can see scrolling above. And we are going to, despite our recent Premier League form, and we are in 3rd place, joint equal with Liverpool and Arsenal. We are all on 50 points with West Ham 5 points behind. We are not focusing on the Premier League today. We are focusing on the Cups, and we are going to focus on a home game against Hull in the 3rd round of the FA Cup, and that's followed by an away trip to Manchester City in the 2nd leg of the Carabao Cup. And it is very, very interesting at the moment because 4 of our 5 strikers are wanted by bigger clubs, including Barassi, Shane Lavery, Hojek, who's not willing to sign a new contract because he wants to go to Monaco, and Borussia Dortmund are thinking about a £105 million deal for Vitinha. And we might, at the end of the transfer window, be absolutely decimated in terms of strikers. We are keeping an eye on some strikers in order to hopefully replace anyone who happens to want to leave. When you were with us last, we drew 1-1 against Manchester City, and we followed that with 2 3-1 victories against Leicester away and Fulham at home. And the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final at home against Manchester City, we drew 1-1. And that brings us to 2 very difficult games, I think. Hull is not going to be an easy game in the FA Cup 3rd round, and we'll have to be careful. And I don't know if we're going to be able to get anything out of the Manchester City game. And all we can do, I think, is just leave it to luck. We're going to set up in different ways for each of the teams and see what actually we get out of it. I think we should beat Hull. And even with a rotated team, we have Stankovic in goal, Mata, Howard-Bellis, Thiedt and Malacia at the back, El Neni, Levitt, Magyar in midfield, and Lavery, Barassi and Delap are up front. And I think even though this is a heavily rotated team, I think that we should get off to a good start in this episode and manage to beat Hull. I don't think that we should have any problems beating Hull. And so the game gets underway. And it is Hull who are in possession at the beginning. And we do need to be careful. I'm not going gung-ho against Hull. And I am concerned that they will catch us on the break. So we are not going to hopefully let that happen as Thiedt wins the ball. But we have it stolen in midfield. And Hull are looking to bring it forward. But Levitt has won it back. And that's nice from Levitt. He finds Malacia to Thiedt, and Thiedt all the way back to Stankovic. It would be nice to get an early goal, so come on boys, let's get that early goal. And you can see we are playing very, very patiently, not passionately, very, very patiently, waiting for an opportunity, and hopefully we will take those opportunities. Our forwards are good enough and should be taking those opportunities. As Mata floats across in, and Lavery has scored. And I have noticed that Lavery has picked up a knock, but hopefully not too serious, and it certainly didn't stop him from scoring at the back post there. So I don't think we need to do anything with him at the moment. It was a lovely, lovely move, nice patient build-up, and a lovely floated cross, and Lavery leapt like a salmon and fired in at the back post. And it is Swansea 1, Hull 0. That's the start I wanted. But here come Hull, and Hull are looking to break as Lewis Potter for Hull brings it down the left-hand side, and that's a cross. And Swansea can tidy this up, but Hull have a chance, and I think he's been given offside, and so that comes to nothing. And hopefully that will be the end of Hull's forays into our half, as Barassi makes a break, and Barassi is through, and Barassi has made it 2-0. It is now Swansea 2, Hull 0, and I think my nerves can calm down a little bit now, as I think we should be fairly safe, and the upset that I was worried about from FM will probably not happen now, as Barassi was put through by El Neni. A lovely, lovely chip, nice composed football, and it's now Swansea 2, Hull 0. We didn't go attacking as I wanted to against Hull. I was concerned that they might cause us problems on the break, and we're just going to tell the boys that we want more of the same, and they can do even better than what they've done so far. But here come Hull, straight from the kickoff, and Potter is through. Potter has made it. Swansea 2, Hull 1. What I was worried about, they could catch us on the break, but it was terrible defending. It was lazy defending by the right-sided defenders, and they just allowed him to stroll into space from the kickoff, and concentration levels were absolutely dreadful. But it was, in all fairness, a very nice finish by Lewis Potter. And it is now Swansea 2, Hull 1. And we do need to get another goal so that I can settle down again. And Mata finds Theet to Harwood Bellis. He's looking back to Theet. And Theet finds Levitt. Levitt is looking for Malacia. Malacia is driving down the left, and he tries a shot, and that goes over the bar. And I think what I might do is take away the underlap, because my fullbacks are wasting a lot of opportunities coming inside, and I think I might take that out as the season progresses. As Swansea look to try and build on their lead, and here's a ball through to Hojek, and it is Swansea 3, Hull 1, clinical finishing by Hojek, and could that be the last, or one of the last things we see from him, as he does want to join Monaco, and if Monaco come in with that, the bid of around 28 million for him, we will have to let him go. It was a delightful finish from Delap's through pass, and that is now Swansea 3, Hull 1, and I can feel a little bit more comfortable now. And Swansea looking dominant as Maggio's looking for Malacia, he's cutting inside, and he's going to look for Barassi. Barassi finds Delap, and Delap has a chance, but he's forced wide. Inside to Barassi, and that is a great save by the Hull goalkeeper. Hojek looks to pass it inside, and Hull clear that up. And Hull have picked up the loose ball, but Mata has got himself into trouble. I'm going to actually say stay on your feet now, because we've picked up a number of yellow cards, and it is a little bit worrying. And so Swansea have the ball, and Levitt's pass doesn't go anywhere. And here come Hull again, and that was what I was worried about. I think Malacia, yes, has got a red card, and before the instruction could be processed, oh dear, he's got himself sent off. And with my fullbacks, who are being depleted by the game, losing another fullback for a couple of games at this point is not what I had in mind. We are going to struggle in terms of finding a fit team to actually play in the next game. And here comes Hull. They're looking to build again. We just need to keep doing what we're doing. We're not going to change our game at all. We're just going to play with 2 up front now. As Hojsek looks to turn. He finds Aluhu. He finds Augustinsson. And that is cleared up easily by the Hull defence. It is 3-1 in the 90th minute. We are safe, but I'm a bit disappointed. And obviously I didn't want that to happen. And so, I don't know. It's FM is playing real hardball with me at the moment. As Hojsek looks for Mata. This victory has come at a price. Magyar takes over. He finds Mata into Levitt. Levitt is looking for Barassi, and Barassi's through, and Barassi has scored. And it is now Swansea 4, Hull 1. And although this is a great victory, it does cause problems again. And this is not the scenario that I wanted. I did not want a fullback being sent off today. As Levitt's ball was beautiful, he found Barassi, and Barassi's in no mood to miss that. And so it is Swansea 4, Hull 1, and we are through to the 4th round of the FA Cup. A good result, but it's come at a price, as I said. And so if we now need to focus on the Manchester City game, and I think that we should go and play against Manchester City. Let's go and see what we can do. It's 1-1 after the first leg. It's a very, very tough game away. We have Stankovic, Mailer, Kotchup, Feet and Augustinsson at the back. El Neni, Magyar, Adley and Grimes in midfield. And Barassi, Vitinha up front. We are going to play in a way that allows Manchester City to have the ball and just try to stop them from getting the ball to Haaland as best we can. He is a beast in FM, and that is going to be very difficult to do. And so we are hopeful, but it is going to be very, very tough. Manchester City, a very, very good team. And we always traditionally have problems against these big teams. And it is Manchester City who have the first highlight, but that's cleared up nicely. And here comes Laporte, he's looking for Grealish. Grealish is looking to find Haaland, and there is that beast, Haaland. He's very, very difficult to contain. And that was a very odd highlight, which gives Manchester City a corner. And if anybody does know how to contain Haaland, then I'd be very grateful to know. Let me know in the comments how you deal with Haaland. He is an absolute monster in FM22. And it is still City, and here is Haaland. He's looking for De Bruyne. De Bruyne, he finds Cancelo. Cancelo looking to get into the box, and we have cleared that. And it finds its way to Vitinha. Vitinha is looking for Barassi. Barassi brings the ball down and looks for support. He finds Augustinsson. Augustinsson to Grimes. We're playing a little bit shorter today, trying to get as much possession as we can. And Adley has fired one in from the edge of the box. What a strike that was. And it is Manchester City 0, Swansea 1. Is my plan working? And this is a dream start. Grimes found El Neni to Augustinsson. Augustinsson's inside pass, and Adley drove it in from 25 yards. It is Manchester City 0, Swansea 1. We are in front, and what a dream start that is. But is it too early? We still need to contain Haaland somehow. Augustinsson finds Grimes. Grimes to Adley. Barassi to Vitinha. And Vitinha, he's racing through, and he has a long-range effort which whistles past the post. And so we are holding our own. We are at least creating opportunities. But Manchester City have a corner. And De Bruyne swings in the corner, and it is headed clear. But Grealish is going to pick it up. Grealish is looking to inside to find De Jong. I mean, this team is full of megastars. Diaz finds Cancelo. De Bruyne. De Bruyne is looking for Haaland, and Haaland has volleyed in, and I don't think it's offside. I think it's going to stand. It looked offside for a minute, but it is now Manchester City 1, Swansea 1. And I think that is probably the worst thing that could happen just before half-time. But we are still in the game. The tie is tied at 2-2 at the moment, and so anything can happen, and we're just going to keep doing what we're doing and just try and keep them out and then hit them on the break and take one of our chances. As Laporte's looking for Haaland, we've driven him wide, and he looks for Grealish. Grealish is going to pick up the ball. Grealish looks particularly dangerous, and here is Haaland again in space, and he's hit the post, but that was offside. He is everywhere, that boy. And at half-time, it's Manchester City 1, Swansea 1. And I just got to say, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing okay. And hopefully we can get something out of this game. As Swansea look to build from the back. And here is Magyar, who's having a great season and is developing as a footballer very, very nicely. Mailer looks to bring it down the right, but he's lost possession. And Manchester City will look to build again. It really is rearguard action and just hoping that we can actually catch them on the break. As City look to build, slow, patient, as they normally play. They are a great passing team, but so far we're doing okay. With 48 minutes on the clock, it's still Manchester City 1, Swansea 1. And we are going to maybe up the tempo a little bit. I think the weather might help us if we go a little bit more direct. As De Bruyne feeds Haaland, and Haaland is in, and he's got his second, and it is now Manchester City 2, Swansea 1. And I do believe that we're not getting enough possession because the shorter passing game may not be suited to the poor weather conditions that I'm seeing here, and I think maybe we'll go even a little bit more direct. Let's see if we can get something out of this game now. Haaland was put through, and he's in no mood today to miss anything. And it is Manchester City 2, Swansea 1. It's the worst possible start for us to the second half. And yeah, I'm going to go more direct. I'm going to up the tempo a little bit to see if we can't. But this is poor defending. But here come Manchester City again. And Correa, he looks for De Bruyne. Back to Correa, to Cancelo. They're passing it beautifully. And there's a cross into the box. And Haaland has made it 3-1. It's game over now. And that's his hat-trick. He's either going to have a bad game, and that's what you hope for, or he's going to have a very good game like he's had today. We couldn't contain him. And it was very, very simple. Cross into the box. And he leapt above Magyar. And I'm not sure why Magyar was marking him. It's just poor defending. And he's made it 3-1. And Swansea now have to try and somehow work their way back into this game. And here is Barassi. And Barassi has a chance. But he took too long. And his shot was blocked. And we still are pressing. Maybe I should have gone more direct at the beginning of the game, because here comes Mailer to Magyar, back to Mailer, and playing it around their box. This is nice. Here's Adley to Mailer. He's looking for Augustinsson, El Neni to Magyar to Mailer. This is good football, and why weren't we doing this earlier? Probably because I hadn't got them playing direct. And here is Magyar. Magyar's looking to get a cross in, and that was a chance for Mailer, and it flies over the bar. To beat Manchester City, you cannot afford not to take your chances. We have to take our chances, and we haven't done so. And that's the reason that we are 3-1 behind. Some poor defensive work and some absolutely poor finishing. And Stankovic, not quite sure what he wants to do with it, so he goes long. And that is beautifully pulled down by Hojek. Hojek finds Grimes, and he looks for Hojek, and there's another chance. And if you don't take them against Manchester City, you don't win. End of story. And we have had two very good chances, which could have pulled us level. But here comes City again. City are looking to break. They won't miss their chances. Foden puts in Haaland, and Haaland is through. But that is a good tackle. And there's not much more we can do. We're defending okay. Haaland's having a great game. But our more direct game is actually working a lot better, as here comes Mahler again. We're actually getting ourselves into positions where we are creating chances. And here's Mahler again. And Mahler has worked its way through. And that is a drive. It's hit the bar, and Mahler has followed up. What was he doing in the box? It's now Manchester City 3, Swansea 2. Is there something left in this game? Switching it to more direct passing has worked feet. And that was a brilliant drive by El Neni, and Mahler in the box picked up the rebound and made it Manchester City 3, Swansea 2. Is it possible? Is there one more chance left? And Manchester City look like they're going to have that chance, the last one. Can we get the ball off them? And that's a brilliant tackle. And unfortunately, though, we've given it away. Stones driving forward for Manchester City. He's forced wide. He's going to look for Walker. Walker looks to fit it into the box, and Haaland almost got his fourth there. There is just a minute left. Is there one more chance for Swansea? Does FM have a final twist in store for this game? Stankovic, he looks for Harwood Bellis. Harwood Bellis, who's moved over to left back because of the left back crisis. And Manchester City have the ball. That was a poor pass out from the back. And they are looking to counter-attack as Walker fires into the box, but Harwood Bellis clears, and it finds its way to Vitinha. Is there one more chance? Vitinha is driving up the right, and he's tackled, and Manchester City will clear that up. And Nanzu finds Edison, and Edison is we're just going to play it out at the back and take their time. And that is it. It's full time. It was not to be. It was Manchester City 3, Swansea 2, 4-3 on aggregate. We are out of the Carabao Cup, knocked out in the semi-final. But we've done well. We've had a good run this year. It just was not going to be our time. And so, with the fixtures coming up, they tend to look a little bit easier to me. But then we do have Tottenham in the Premier League, and then we'll be playing Liverpool in the FA Cup fourth round. I think our cup run is over, but I do need to come back at the end of the transfer window and report on what went on with our forwards before the window closed. Let's hope not a lot of action is going to go on during that transfer window. So I think we will come back for the Tottenham game and the Liverpool game in the FA Cup fourth round. And if you are new to the channel, then why not subscribe, like, watch and comment. Help the channel to grow and help us to support the very worthwhile cause that you can see scrolling above. And all that remains to be said now is let's hope our form doesn't nosedive from here, and we will see you for the Tottenham game and the FA Cup fourth round away at Liverpool. Thank you all for watching. See you soon.